The neighbors called him quiet, polite. The man in apartment 213 who kept to himself and carried grocery bags that smelled strangely sweet and rotten at the same time. Jeffrey Dahmer lived in a run-down Milwaukee apartment building in the late 1980s. He worked at a chocolate factory. He paid his rent, and at night when the city slept, he hunted. He preferred bars, places where no one asked too many questions. Dahmer offered drinks, money, a place to rest. Many accepted. Few ever left. Inside his apartment, the walls were thin, but Dahmer knew how to keep things quiet. Music played loud. Neighbors later said they heard drills, thuds, and cries. But when police were called, Dahmer answered the door calmly. He told them it was just a lover's quarrel. The police believed him. They believed him again in 1991. That night, a teenage boy escaped Dahmer's apartment, bleeding and disoriented. 2 women stopped him in the street and called police. Dahmer arrived soon after, smiling nervously, explaining the boy was his intoxicated boyfriend. Despite the injuries, despite the fear, police escorted the boy back into Dahmer's apartment. Minutes later, the door closed. The boy was never seen alive again. When Dahmer was finally arrested days later, it wasn't because of screams or complaints. It was because one victim fought back and escaped. Police entered the apartment and found Polaroid photos documenting the crimes. In the refrigerator, they found body parts. In a drawer, a human head. Dahmer confessed to killing 17 young men and boys. He told detectives he kept trophies so he wouldn't feel alone, that he wanted complete control, that he was afraid of abandonment more than death. At trial, he spoke softly. He showed no emotion when families described their missing sons. He was sentenced to life in prison 16 times over. In 1994, another inmate beat Jeffrey Dahmer to death with a metal bar in a prison bathroom. No dramatic final words, no apology, just silence. Today, apartment 213 no longer exists. It was demolished. But the story remains. Because the most terrifying part wasn't what Dahmer did behind closed doors. It was how many times he opened his door and was trusted.